Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we've seen that ES has mostly just balanced within a range, and heading into the open, the market can really tilt in either direction. We can either get a move up into the 24 to 26 half initial resistance zone, and that's a spot where on first test we can still get responsive sellers active in this market, unless we're just heading up on very strong momentum and very strong internals. So that 24 to 26 half zone is important on the upside, and on the downside, a break below 16 half would bring the 2109 half to 2112 initial support zone into play, and we're going to be using the 2108 level as the bull bear line in sand. So that's the level where, as long as the buyers can hold above it, there's still potential for the buy side to maintain control, and this would simply be a sideways range where we're trading in. And buyers can be active at the 09 half to 12 area for a move back up into 16 half to 18 half, and even 24 to 26 half. So off the open, we need to be careful because this 16 half to 18 half pre-market support is a consolidation area from the overnight session, and the market has traded it and tested it pretty much all night. So at this point, that's not necessarily the ideal spot to initiate a long unless we're actually seeing something in real time. So it's not a automatic trade idea. Whereas on the downside, this 09 half to 12 is a very important zone. And even 13 quarter, but that's a little bit riskier location. 09 half to 12 is a very key zone. That is essentially the bottom of the current short-term trading range. And given that we're still in an overall bullish market, the expectation is that if the market actually heads down there to 09 half to 12, that's a spot where we can get some aggressive buying and then a reversal back up towards 1650 to 1850 and 24 to 26 half. So in most scenarios, 09 half to 12 is a automatic long setup, and 2108 is really going to be the defining spot where we'll find out whether buyers can maintain control and we're still in this overall bullish structure, or if the control is now shifting from the buy side to the sell side. So as long as 2108 is holding and the initial support zone is holding, we know that on the larger time frames, the buy side can still maintain control and we can still get some decent movement off of those areas. If you start breaking below 2108, that would be a break below this entire sideways range, and that can actually trigger further liquidation down into the zones below. So 0375 to 0575 is a support area that can easily get tested below 2108, and most likely at that point you would run down to 2099 to 2101 before getting any decent buy response. And then the strong support area 91 half to 94 half and the HVN at 95 half could even come into play eventually. It doesn't have to happen the same day, but eventually, that zone could even come into play. So, that 2108, 09 half to 12 is really going to be the defining spot for the overall directional bias in this market. Now, on the upside, if we can break out above 24 to 26 half, that would confirm the buy side back in firm control, and from there, the market can run back up to 3075 to 3275. That's a good spot to take profit on the long side, and above that we have the all-time high at 2134, and then there is no hard resistance above that area. So today we have still a few pending econ reports, and if the volume picks up, then we can still get a expanded range. The expectation is for the volume to pick up and for today to provide a little bit more volatility, because we do have those catalysts to drive the market one way or the other. So we have the Philly Fed survey and the existing home sales number out at 9 a.m. Central Time, and those are market moving econ reports. So we can get some decent movement off of those reports, and because of that, the first 30 minutes could be relatively sideways and choppy. So if we get a move up to 24 to 26 half in the first 30 minutes, most likely responsive sellers will be active there, and that zone can hold heading into the 9 a.m. Central Time econ reports. And similarly, if we get a downside break down into 13 quarter or 09 half to 12, if that happens ahead of econ, then it's even more likely that we'll get a reaction there and a move back up towards 16 half to 18 half. So those are really the main thoughts heading into the day. The overall market structure is still bullish. Short term, there's a little bit of bearishness in this market from yesterday's failed breakout attempt and complete failure and move down into 2115 overnight. So there is a little bit of selling pressure from that move, but bigger picture, the buyers can still maintain control as long as we're holding above 2108 and 09 half to 12. So let's see if the market can even get down there, and if it does, the reaction there is really going to define our directional view on this market. So those are our main thoughts heading into the open. Let's see if the buy side can maintain control off of those key zones, and we'll take it from there.